Casinos exist to exploit these frailties of the human brain wiring. They exist for that purpose.
But it goes back to the point you had about magicians. The casinos know more about how you think than you do.
Yes.
And they
yes.
manipulate that, obviously.
And it's completely manipulated. And like Chuck said, they tell you that going
Tell you straight up. Hey, by the way, we're going to cheat you today. Enjoy yourself.
By the way, as a scientist, we know how important probability is to separate your own bias on what is going on in the world from what is objectively going on in the world. So every year I was in school, we had some element of probability and statistics taught related to the aspect of the sciences that we were addressing. So I would say all told, I might have had 8 years of probability and statistics. Wow. Yet, if you look in a school curriculum, it's not there at all.
No.
At all. Now, will you grant me one conspiracy theory?
Go ahead.
Depends which one it is.
No. See, Chuck believes in me. He just says, go out.
Go ahead.
Now,
go for it.
If he doesn't like it, he's going to slam you down, but never mind.
Okay. There it is. You know, the state lottery systems?
Yes.
State lottery? Do you know how they get funding for that and what they, there's tax levied on that. Do you know where that money goes to typically?
Well, they tell you that it's for education.
Education. So let's assume that's true. Let's even assume that's true. So it's for education. And I said, oh, that's good. Public education, K through 12. And then I looked at the curricula across the country of what is taught. And probability, if it's taught at all, is only an elective. It's not a fundamental part of the math curriculum. And so it occurred to me that as long as they don't teach probability in school, you are susceptible to playing the lottery.
Which funds the school.
Which funds the school.
Oh.
Yeah.
Paying for your education.
They taught probability, it could be the end of the state lottery system.
Well, yeah, because anybody who knows something about probability does not play the lottery. As a matter of fact, my father used to tell me, take $1 a day, the dollar you would play the lottery. Start right now and just take that everyday dollar and put it in the bank. And through compound interest, it will take 20 years, but you will hit the lottery.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
People trying to assess their health or their security based on risk factors. And I think in the book, there are people who smoke knowing that there's a risk of cancer.
Yeah.
And I think if you're an active smoker, there's a 1 in 8 chance that your tombstone will say died of lung cancer. And so then I thought, let me glorify that up a bit and say, okay, instead of you just taking that risk, let's do it this way. Today, everyone who lights up a cigarette, 1 in 8 of them on that first puff, their head will explode and they'll fall over in a pile of blood on the pavement. And if that is not you, you get to smoke for the rest of your life without cancer. Would you take that risk?
Well, what brand of cigarettes are we talking about?
The exploding kind.
The exploding kind. So what I tried to do in the book was rejigger the risk into something that might be a little more tangible, a little more devastating for you to hear, even if the numerics remain the same, just to try to get at the fact that our brain is not wired for this to happen. So yeah, Gary, it's sad even. I drive by casinos and it's like, man, I'm sad for our brain wiring and for the education system that doesn't address that fact.